Right, sadly I got disconnected. I just started a local recording, which I'm gonna append, I think, to the YouTube recording. Sorry about that. I don't know why I don't have internet. What I'm doing currently is I just broke the uh, voxel mesh generation because I changed how the texture map is being stored. This was a rect f before, which means it's a rectangular region of the texture. I changed this to be quad text chords, which is for vector 2s, so I can have texture regions that are non-rectangular, but now I need to change the mesh generation to take that into account. I do need the width of the texture region supplied, but if I use for individual vectors for the texture coordinates, that means there is not a well-defined width value, because I might have a texture region that looks like this. So it's just a polygon, even though it has 4 vertices. It's not rectangular. And what exactly is the width here? So instead of saying width, I will define it as where's paint? I will define it as the difference of the x values of the 0th and 1st elements. That will be defined as the width, which is only correct if this only lines up with the width of a rectangle if these are axis aligned. If they are axis aligned, like this, my definition will actually return the width of the rectangle. That's why I'm defining it like this. And most of the time, texture coordinates are axis aligned. What this definition allows me to do now is have texture regions that are rotated. So if I have a texture where a single T is stored, I can render this now rotated like this by moving the vertices around, by swapping them. And my definition of width will still give me the width, which is now the height. So rotating something by 90 degrees will actually swap also the definitions of width and height around, which is also what I wanted to have. So I'm kinda hacking it with the definition of width and height, but for my purposes they are well defined. I might give them different names, so I might call it get axis aligned width. So now it's clear that I'm not using just a sec. Now it's clear that these are not synonymous with the width of a rectangle. This is only true if I have axis aligned texture coordinates. So that would be that would look like this. Let me wait. This is wrong. This should be 0. Quads are drawn like this, where this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and there are 2 triangles. These are the 2 triangles. So to get the width, I take the texture coordinate with the index 1, the u value of that, and subtract it from the texture coordinate with the index 0. And for the height, we will use 0 and 2. So we take 2 and subtract from it the v value from 0 and 2 respectively, and that becomes the height. Then over here we substitute these 2 functions. It's kind of looking ugly because of the formatting. I don't like having stuff on the same line if it creates a scroll bar at the bottom. It becomes disorienting, but then again, having code look like this is also kind of an eyesore. But I think that's the lesser of 2 evils. This isn't defined anymore. Instead, the top left corner of the texture coordinates is just this, and the top is this. We are compiling again. That's great. New. So this allows me now to use the player texture as a texture map for voxels, so I can create a 3D representation, a 3D voxelized representation of the player, which I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow when I have internet, so it doesn't. So basically, I'm not talking to myself, and I don't know if this video will indeed land on YouTube. So thanks for watching. We will do the player model tomorrow, and I'm gonna hopefully have the player in-game instead of this blue cube, and we're gonna do a little bit more gameplay coding tomorrow instead of working on the voxel editor. So once I have the player model in-game, we will work on a little bit more game code. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'm done for today. Please like and subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. That's it for today, and see you tomorrow.